Mission is supported by the Star Ghana Foundation with thanks to Danida, UK Aid and the EU. He has a diploma in graphic and web design and has just completed a film masterclass with Farmhouse Productions. But there's a big challenge. He's unemployed. In the following report, Mission brings to you the story of Georgebest Ekufuba, who despite his disability wants to be employed to prove that persons with special needs can also work.
Yes, sir. Application for employment. I used to apply for a befitting position in your institution. I work effectively under supervision, and I promise to deliver to your expectation. Hi, I'm Georgebest Ekufuba, and I have a condition known as cerebral palsy. I want to be employed so that I can be independent, can be able to get things for myself, not be able to rely on my families or my siblings. I'm appealing to agencies, departments, and also ministries to employ me. I have a skill in data inputting, graphic design.
Georgebest Ekufuba was born with special needs. He has a condition known as cerebral palsy, a group of neurological disorders that appear in infancy or early childhood and permanently affect body movements and muscle tone.
The experience has been a bit good, but sometimes the discrimination is very much because you see someone, the person will be like, I'm drunk, then you make fun of me, you laugh at me, and sometimes when I go to that place, I see children, the children tend to be afraid of me, and also some do laugh at me, and all that. But due to that, it doesn't worry me because I know who I am.
He's a very bright person. Even from childhood, he was really a bright boy. So we knew that all we could do is to find ways and means of correcting his conditions so that he can also feel like a normal boy and be more useful to society. He is now 24 going to 25. He has a lot of support from the external family. But I'm looking at independence for such people, especially in the future, because will he always have to depend on somebody to be able to do something? And this is somebody who is so willing to do things for himself.
But Georgebest has not had it easy, as he's had to battle discrimination and stigma, especially in his quest to get employed.
I went to look for a man actually in that ministry in order to present my CV. So when I got there, I saw a certain man. I walked past him to see the secretary, and the man told me to walk out. So he stood up sucking me.
He has a flair in computer or ICT. So he's been trained as a data inputter and also a graphic designer. He managed to do a complimentary card for me. He has done logos. He's produced, I think, t-shirts for some friends. You know, he doesn't have the machines here. So what he does is he will do everything on the computer, take it to a printing press or a cafe, and then finish the work.
Today, Georgebest is trying his luck. He's presenting his CV to some companies in Accra to see if he'll be employed. He is at the Social Security and National Insurance Trust's net office in Accra. While awaiting a response from SNIT, and in order to enrich his CV, Mission monitored him as he undertook a film masterclass course at Farmhouse Productions in Accra.
For him to join the class, and it means he's actually trying to pursue something. So, out of curiosity, I just decided to get close to him. I realized he was a graphic designer. I thought probably, he was just saying it until I saw him design something in class. I was like, wow.
Ivan Kwashiga is CEO of Farmhouse Production.
Georgebest has been one of the most enthusiastic students in the class. He is one of the people that would show up every day and also call just to make sure that everything is organized. I think that being someone with a different ability, he tries as much as possible to prove himself. And with that, I can only see him going really far.
After 4 weeks, Georgebest is graduating with a certificate in filmmaking.
I feel very happy and very glad that I've been one of the graduates of film master class.
2 weeks after sending his application, Georgebest has a response from SNIT. Unfortunately, it was not the response he was expecting.
It was sad because I was expecting them to have given me the opportunity to work and earn something, but yet they didn't give me the way to. Right now I'm just looking for an opportunity in the government sector or in the private sector that can help me to earn a living.
Data from the United Nations Department on Social and Economic Affairs show in developing countries, 80 to 90% of persons with disabilities of working age are unemployed, whereas in industrialized countries, the figure is between 50 to 70%. Persons with disability face hurdles in the job market, and there is the need to address this challenge. For example, employers could set a policy to make their workplace inclusive by employing at least one person with disability. Mission is throwing the challenge to employers to hire Georgebest Ekufu. Poshigabo, TV3 News, Accra. So we're throwing the challenge to employers out there to hire Georgebest Ekufu.